Hey, Pastor Josh here. We're reading Acts chapter 3, verses 6 through 8. Peter and John are walking into the temple, and they're walking to the temple to pray. And they walk by this man who has been carried to the outside gates to receive money. He cannot walk. This poor man who does not have money because he has this disability and he's unable to walk. And in fact, he has never been able to walk. From the moment he was born, he could not walk. And so he finds himself outside of the temple, outside this place of worship, outside of the place where the people of God gather together. And so here is Peter and John walking into the temple. And Peter has gotten his attention. The man is looking at him. And here is what Peter says. Peter said, "I have no silver and gold, but what I do have I give to you." Now, it would be interesting to note that he probably does have access to silver and gold. Now, he may not have it in his pocket at the time, but he would have access to it because if you remember, the church was selling things and bringing it together, and they were giving it to the people who were in need. But in this situation, he is walking in, and Peter says, "I have no silver and gold," but he's getting ready to give him something much better than silver and gold. And he says, "What I do have, I give to you." And I think this is a good example for us to follow because you may be in a spot where you cannot give what you would want to give to someone in need, that you would have a desire to help them, but you are not able to, whether it is lack of time, whether it is lack of money, or perhaps it might be a lack of skill or knowledge. Now, all three of those things, you've got to be careful not to just make that an excuse because you could be spending your money on things you should not be, and perhaps you would have money to give. Perhaps you're spending your time on things you should not be spending it on, and you would have time to help someone, or you are not developing the skills that you have or learning new skills so that you can help someone. So you don't want to use those as excuses. "Oh, I don't have time, I don't have money, I don't have the skill." No, you want to develop those things. But you may legitimately be in a spot where you don't have those things, but you do have something to give, and that you, in your mind, based on the time, resources, and skills that you have, you are attempting to help this person. So I think we always have to think we want to give what we have. And of course, what we have is the greatest thing ever. And we see what Peter says. What he is giving him is something far greater. So Peter says, "In the name of Jesus Christ of Nazareth, rise up and walk." So Peter is through Jesus, or Jesus, we should say, God, through Peter is going to heal this man. And so Peter is saying, "In the name of Jesus Christ." We have to remember all change, all progress, all real good things that happen to us, all of that comes by the way of Jesus Christ, by the way of God. In fact, we have the riches of God given to us through Jesus Christ. So while we are not going to walk around and find people who are disabled and take them by the hand and say, "In the name of Jesus Christ of Nazareth, rise up and walk," and pull them up, that's not what we're going to do, and that's not what it's teaching us to do. We're showing this great miracle that's happening to prove the fact that Jesus rose from the dead and prove that God's power is with the church. While that's not the case, we go around and grab people by the hand and pull them up. All kind of progress that is made happens in the name of Jesus Christ, which essentially means it is done through the power of Jesus Christ. So though all commands for us to obey, anything that we're able to do that brings good to others is actually empowered by Jesus Christ. So that's what it means, in the name of Jesus Christ. The power and authority is from Jesus. And so he took him by the right hand and raised him up, and immediately his feet and ankles were made strong, and leaping up. First time he's ever walked, he's now leaping up. He stood and began to walk and entered the temple. Remember, he was outside the people of God. Now he's coming inside this gathering place, God's special holy place that he has set aside. The man is able to come inside. And he entered the temple with them, with Peter and John. So they are now together, a new fellowship, a new community here. And he's walking and he's leaping and he's praising God. And everybody in the temple is going to see this great transformation, which is going to lead to a great witnessing opportunity for Peter and John to talk about how Jesus Christ saves people from their sins. I pray that's been a blessing to you, and I will see you in the next video.